What is going on YouTube? Yo, so I'm sitting back with another YouTube video. I wanted to start off by saying I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Really great start to the week actually. As you can see here, we did commentary trades on the community Discord. We caught a 45-point banger, and this trade absolutely ran. It ran for around 236 points. Now, I thought this was the trade of the day. I genuinely thought this was the trade of the day, but turns out this lunchtime reversal was the trade of the day, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that right now as well. But for the most part, let's go ahead and jump into today's chart market analysis and just talk about what really happened today, what kind of went through my head. I was being a little bit scared today, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it too, but if you join the Discord, you would know why. But I'm going to just go ahead and talk about it here as well. So for the most part, let me go ahead and remove this here. So let me just remove this, all of this stuff here. Cool. So off market open. Let's go see where market open is. Now, we were absolutely ripping off market open, and I was kind of just thinking, okay, we might not even get a trade, to be honest. And I was really hesitant about this one certain trade that happened early in the morning. So market open around 6, right? As you can see here, hourly for value gap here gets tapped into. Not only that, we swept out some liquidity here as well on the higher time frame, right? So this is obviously giving some bullish structure. Now, where could you where would the draw of liquidity be, right? If you watch my other videos, I like highs inside fair value gaps, right? So the draw of liquidity as of right now would be potentially to tap into this hourly fair value gap, most likely take out this high. So obviously pretty bullish, right? Now, we were absolutely ripping in the morning. We were absolutely ripping in the morning, and as you can see here, there was a trade early morning, and I know a lot of you guys probably took it, but I was too hesitant, right? So we tapped into the hourly. This is the liquidity sweep right here, right? Market opens 6:30. You get a trade literally 7 minutes after market open, after this dump, right? You basically have an inverse for value gap here. Now, price was a little volatile in terms of price, like how much the contract was for stop loss. So at this point in time, let's say if I were to enter, right, then you have buy side here as well, and then you have like external buy side sitting over here, right? So if I were to enter, but for the most part, this was my main target. So this would have been a 1-to-1 trade. But look at this. This is a 66-point stop loss. Now, I definitely do think I could have handled it better. I do think I could have entered, and I was telling my Discord as well, I could have entered and put a 20-point stop loss, or like at least a 35-point stop loss here. And if it stops me out, that's fine. But if Pride would want to maybe potentially retrace, because I was thinking, okay, if we retrace here, I'm definitely in, right? Because if we were to retrace, this offers a better risk reward. You get what I'm saying? This offers a better risk reward. You may even, right? Yeah, it just offers a better risk reward. And then I was kind of just looking at that. So I wrote in my journal, I'm like, I think I could have taken this trade and just had, because the confluence is there. Obviously, price is telling us that we want to go, that we want to be bullish, right? Obviously, price is telling us that we want to draw towards this buy side here and potentially even this hourly fair value gap. So I could have just taken this actually off of this inverse and then literally just put a 20-point stop loss, and then that's it, right? And if it stops me out, I could just re-enter as soon as I see we start to flip out of this fair value gap here to the upside. I just didn't take it. I think I was definitely a little bit too scared, a little bit too hesitant. But honestly, this was an amazing trade. I do know a lot of people took this. So you would have had an early work morning or whatever off the rip. Literally 7 minutes in, this trade was, yeah, so like a 15-20 minute trade, you would have been done for the day, right? This is just 89 points to your external, or yeah, to this buy side here. And you could have held some runners here as well, which could have gone for 162 points. So this is an absolute banger trade. Literally minimal drawdown. And I was kind of pissed. I was kind of salty on myself for not taking this trade, actually. But on the bright side, too, I wrote, like, I was still salty, but I was proud that I was like, okay, no, I was focusing on my risk reward. I wanted a good entry. I wanted a better entry. Um, because again, I've been talking on my Twitter and on my YouTube that I'm playing defense, right? So with defense, obviously you want the best risk reward. And just initially, if I were to enter here and if price would want to retrace here, right? This is still like a 50-point stop loss. Even if I were to trade 3 micros or 2 micros, 50 points is still a lot. 50 points is definitely still a lot. But again, you do have the confluences that we want to go bullish, right? So it was just I was just salty for the most part, and I honestly wanted to get off after this happened, because at this point I was kind of like already in my head, but I was just letting price do its thing. We were just continue ripping. ES was absolutely ripping. So this was the first trade of the day. We actually take out this buy side here. Now what do we do? Right. So now we are inside this hourly for value gap, and we just took buy side, and I'm like, okay. I'm looking at the 15-minute here. I'm looking at the 15-minute. Now, when I took this trade, I was a little bit hesitant because technically we could just retrace back into any of these giving fair value gaps and then continue higher, right? We could have used this as a stepping stone to continue higher. But for the most part, I was like, price was telling us at this point in time, I wanted to just play the retracement. And it was good risk reward here as well. Very good risk reward here as well. So compared to this one RR trade here, this is around, this is around 2 RR, right? To this high, obviously maybe you could have placed it to this high as here. So this could have been a 2 RR trade here as well. But I kind of just moved it all the way up here for around 20 points, which is still really decent, way better compared to this one. I rather have a 20-point stop loss than a 50-point stop loss, right? Because if this is 50-point stop loss, that's basically 2 trades of mine, right? That's 2 trades of a 20-point stop loss. I'm gonna just throw. Then again, it's like obviously you're trading, right? So there's a risk factor. No risk, no Rari, right? But I don't know. It was definitely a weird morning. So we entered here, and we just kept turtle souping here, right? We just kept taking out these highs. As you can see here, we actually took out these highs. And then you zoom in a bit more, we actually just kept taking out highs, right? We just kept turtle souping. And then ES at this point had already taken out some liquidity. I'm pretty sure ES had taken out this high over here. Let me go ahead and see where that high is. Because there was also an SMT. No, ES was, when I tell you guys, ES was absolutely leading the pack today. So here is the high I was talking about. It would be this one. Yep. So you do have this high, so you do also have an SMT here, right? Now, this is clear indication that price would want to, there's a reason for price to continue lower. Right now, price is telling me there is a reason why we should continue lower, and the only thing at this point in time that I was really skeptical about was just these 15-minute gaps, right? So I was zooming into the 1 minute, and I'm like, okay, I really like this. As of right now, we kept turtle souping. If we wanted to remain bullish and continue this momentum, we would have done so as of right now, right? We would have just continued taking out these highs and making higher highs, lower lows. But at this point in time, we aren't doing that, right? We're just basically taking a high and then continuing lower. Now, we do have this 1 minute order block, and I was just kind of waiting. For the moment. I was just kind of waiting for a good moment to strike to the downside and kind of just play the retracement. And as you can see here on this 5 minute, you do have your first 5 minute gap sitting right here. So let me go ahead and draw this, right? Let me go ahead and remove this. So at this point in time, I'm playing the retracement, okay? If price wanted to bounce off of these 5 minute, 15 minute gaps here and continue higher, that would have been fine. I'm just trying to catch my little piece of the pie, right? I'm not trying to catch the entire move, right? I just want my piece of the pie, be in and out for the day, and I'm good, right? So Um, with that, having that in mind, so we have that, this 5 minute, right? Now, if you go into, if you go into the actual trade, right, the top of the 5 minute is actually down here, right? So basically to this to this sell side, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This looks good. This actually looks good. And if price wanted to bounce off of this 5 minute here and continue lower, and continue higher, that would be perfectly fine, right? Like I have already caught my piece of the pie. So I'm basically playing the retracement here. I'm playing that retracement. If price wants to continue higher, that's okay with me. Um, and again, the way I'm playing this retracement here is because of this 5 minute, right? Right. If price wanted to come back down, enter this 5 minute fair value gap here, then continue higher, that would have been fine. But I'm literally just playing the retracement here, and I'm just getting what I can get. So basically, I scaled all of my position out as soon as most of my position was out during the sell side, and I did hold for a little bit, not so much. But if I held, this would have been a 200 point bagger trade. And I'm not mad about it. I'm happy that I was able to, get my piece of the pie and just, accordingly read price, right? Like I'm observing price. Price is telling me what it wants to do, and I'm just adjusting to it, right? So W trade, W catch, basically playing the retracement. And yeah, so this was the trade that I took today. This was the trade that I took today. And actually, I was like, okay, so these 15-minute for belly gaps absolutely got ran. I had logged off already. And I come back later in the day, and I'm like, oh my, look at this. This is beautiful. This is as A plus as it gets. Higher time frame, 1 hour for value gap gets revisited. Sweep some liquidity on the higher time frame. Zoom into the 1 minute. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this for you guys. You zoom into the 1 minute. What do you have here? You have a BPR. BPR gets revisited, gets retapped into. You have a market structure shift here. This is as A plus as it gets. As soon as you see this candle flip, it might be your go time. This is as A plus as it gets. To where? To external draw. External draw. You go on the 1 hour. What is external draw? External draw is sitting at this hourly high at this level at 131. Absolutely. This is a big. I don't know if anyone caught this today, or if anyone in my Discord caught it, or anyone just in general watching this YouTube video. I thought this was the trade of the day. No, this definitely was the trade of the day, because if you held, this could have been a 400 point bagger, or just to this external 300 points. Damn. That's what I'm saying. This was the trade, and this is absolutely beautiful. You would have been in no drawdown if you were to time it correctly. This is as A plus as it gets, because you're aligning the higher time frame model, right? We're holding bullish structure order flow here, as you can see, right? As soon as we come sweep this and tap into this hourly for value gap, price is telling you that we're holding bullish structure order flow. Where do you find your entry? You find your entry on the 1/5 minute. BPR retracement discounts discount to premium sequence. And then on the 5 minute, let's see what we have. Oh, the 5 minute looks crisp. Look at this 5 minute. Retrace back into this BPR here of this 5 minute. As soon as you see 5 minutes start to expand back up, you enter. Absolutely wild trade. I didn't catch this. I literally just saw it when I was kind of just looking at my phone and just revisiting what price was doing. I logged off as soon as this trade happened. I logged off and I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. This is a bagger trade. This is absolutely beautiful. This is as A plus as it gets. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think anything else happened later in the day. Yeah, at this point, like we're just so high up, right? You would definitely just want like a retracement here. Oh, like I guess this could have worked, right? We retrace back into this 5 minute for value gap. Let's see if we do find a trade here. No, there's just no trade here. There's absolutely nothing here. Yeah, it's just nothing there. But I think for the most part that is pretty much it for this video. Let me see. Yeah. Whew. Crazy trade. Crazy trade. So definitely for me, I think I was gonna log off just because this first trade definitely got to me. I was like, I was too scared, and then I was kind of just overthinking it. I definitely could have handled it better. Again, I could have just placed a tight 20-point stop loss. And if it were to stop me out, but we're still respecting this, I could have re-entered again, right? Because we're still bullish, right? I think I was definitely just overcomplicating it, and I was just like, damn, 60-point stop loss. I definitely could have managed this better, but it's whatever. At least I was able to identify a winning trade, right? At least I was able to identify a winning trade, and then I was able to identify another winning trade here. Again, this one was a little bit riskier just because I'm literally just at this point in time, like again, price was telling me that we do not want to continue bullish as of right now. If we wanted to continue bullish, we would just continue ripping up, right? Like we're stalling here a bit, and I'm like, okay, we probably want to retrace, take out some liquidity, maybe revisit this these 15-minute for value gaps here, and then continue higher, right? So I'm basically just playing the retracement. Again, I showed you guys here, the top of this 5 minute for value gap here, pretty much aligns with this sell side here. So yeah, again, just literally just playing the retracement. And yeah, so it was a nice, cool little sniper catch, I guess. And yeah, no, but this trade is absolutely beautiful. Like I'm glazing this trade. This is actually A plus plus plus, as A plus as it gets. Could have been smoother though. This chop here is a little bit skeptical, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.